How are you?
Ken,
Nice to meet you.
This is my name. How come at that time you said that you're not too bright during your school?
Yes.
Yes. But you are very strongly believe that you will be an entrepreneur. So
Yes.
you can sell lemonade,
Yes.
baseball card.
Yes.
Even you can manage your friends
Yes.
to sell.
That's right.
At that time, what do you think? Yeah, did you think?
I didn't think anything. It was natural.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like, I don't know what Beyonce thought when she started singing well, or what, Wayne Gretzky thought when he was skating well, or Pele when he was kicking the ball well. I genuinely believe entrepreneurship is a talent. I do. And it is why I want people to, I think anybody can try to be an entrepreneur, just like anybody can try to be a hockey player or a basketball player or an actress. But I think right now in society, there's an expectation that you just become an entrepreneur, which is great, but that's like saying being a singer. I'm a singer, but do I make money being singing? Am I enjoying it? Is it my livelihood? And so I didn't think much, I just knew it came natural. And it was fun. For me, it was fun to work.
You just enjoy to sell
I enjoyed
things,
it. I enjoyed work. It was not even selling, it was working. Like I enjoyed, snow would fall. We had snow in New Jersey. And school would close and everybody would want to go make snowman or sledding. And I'm trying to convince my friend, let's ring doorbells and shovel snow for money.
Okay.
It was my passion. I love the process of putting in work. I know that's not for everybody. I know that's not what, we don't read books of little kids who love to work, but I did. And so for me, it came natural and it was fun and it was a place where I saw success. I didn't see success in the school, but at a baseball card show, I had 35-year-old, 40-year-old men saying, wow, you're special, look how much money So it was a place where I was getting positive reinforcement.
But money also the important thing at that
You know what's funny? I'm gonna say it right now. I've been saying it more lately. I am shocked how much I don't care about money, and now I'm starting to realize I never did. And a lot of, I'm looking at Raisa mainly because she works for me for a long time, so David, like a lot of the reasons why I run an interesting company is I don't run it based on money. Now, you need money. For example, in our own company, VaynerMedia, as a matter of fact, just looking at them, we brought in a good CFO. We've gotten more financially vigorous in the last 2-3 years, and that's great. That's allowed us to. That's healthy. That's important. You can't go out of business, but you know what money was even back then. It's a way to keep score for myself, not to. I don't use my money to make myself look good in front of other people. It's something that's part of the game. I don't mind money. It's not like I hate it, but it's not the driver for me. Winning, comes in a lot of different ways. Let me tell you something. There's nothing that money has ever done for me that felt better than all those people at the stage when I stood 5 minutes longer and took those photos. I can't spend enough money to make myself feel like that. So admiration is much more fun than money.
So it is more satisfying that you can sell something.
Yes, the game. The game.
Game, yeah.
Ding dong. Hello? Would you like us to shovel your driveway? No, I'm okay. You sure? Okay, that. Not the $5.
How old at the time you started?
6, 7, 8, very young.
Really?
Very young. Very young.
Okay.
So how your parents raised you? Like, do you have that kind of mindset? And I'm really curious that how's your parents raise you?
Dad worked all the time, so it was my mom that was really raising us. What she did, and she raised 3 children, I was the oldest, so I got to watch. It wasn't that she gave me the mindset to be an entrepreneur. She didn't. My mom's not an entrepreneur, for example. It's that she watched what I liked and encouraged it. I think where parents make a huge mistake is parents attack. You're gonna be this. You're gonna be a doctor. You're gonna be a lawyer. Instead of setting back in the beginning and watching and saying, ooh, you should be a painter. You love to paint. Most parents attack my mom, and I'm like this in business too. We're boxers who it's like good martial arts. You let the other person's force, got it? So what she did was she fostered it by not forcing me to be something I wasn't and giving me opportunities to be who I was. I'll give you a good example. My mom would punish me when I got bad grades.
Okay.
She would punish me. I would get punished. But if there was a big baseball card show, even if I was punished, she'd let me go.
Okay.
No TV, no playing with friends, but a big baseball card show, she'd let me go because she knew that's where I was building my future.
Did your parents know how much money you
Yeah.
get from
Yeah.
what you do?
Yeah, they were great. They were like, your money's your money. You earned it the right way, you do whatever you want with it.
So how do you start your kind of investment? Like, how do you know? Yeah.
So when I first started investing, it was 2006, 7, 8, and Silicon Valley was starting to get hot. And I was reading TechCrunch, okay? TechCrunch.com. And in those articles on TechCrunch.com, I would read and it would say investor, angel investor, and I'm like, what is that?
Okay.
And so by the time I saw Twitter a year later, I knew that I knew I was right about YouTube. I didn't invest. And a lot of people made a lot of money and I was like, ooh, okay. So I said, the next time I feel like that, I'll try to invest. And it was Twitter. And really the story is pretty interesting. The first CTO, Blaine Cook, got disgruntled and wanted to leave the company and wanted to sell his stock and asked me if I wanted to buy it. And that's how I bought it.
Okay.
So it was super interesting. That's what kind of started my investing career. And then I invested in Tumblr and Facebook right after that. And then they all became big. I got famous in the kind of super angel tech little world for being good at it. And then I started getting a lot of opportunities.
Okay. Yeah, I also want to know what do you do during your spare time? You seem very many things inside your
Yeah.
your mind. And
My spare time is mainly with my family.
Okay.
So I'm very focused on my family. Normal shit, right? Playing, going to the store, whatever, very mundane stuff. Then my other spare time is going to New York Jets football games,
Okay.
where I don't think about anything but football.
Okay. Okay.
My mind is always on. You're right, it's on.
Okay.
But I'm very good at turning it off too. I can go very off. I'm very binary. So, and I work a lot. I have plenty of time to scratch my business mind. So.
Do you always connect it with internet, or is there any
When I'm working-
certain time that you stay away from?
On the weekends, I try, and when I'm on vacation, I try to unplug. Normally, I'm successful. Sometimes I'm excited. I don't look at it as a negative addiction. I look at it as I'm excited about something and I want to do something.
How you set your morning routine? Like the first time you wake up, what do you do?
My phone is right next to me, so I'll grab it. Because we have London and because we have LA and because of my life, the first thing unfortunately, this is what I speak about. Entrepreneurship is difficult. I wake up and immediately the first thing I do is kind of get ready for a problem.
Okay.
That's my life. So I grab my phone, I look at my text message. As long as there's nothing too crazy, I'm already in a better mood. And then I check email, social, then I work out and then I go to work.
When was the first time that you realized that you have to spread your message, your thought to any other people?
I
to become a
remember very well.
motivator?
I remember very well. In 2007, somewhere in 2007, when did the book come out? I think in 2007,
2007.
I got an email that was asked to come and speak.
Okay.
Internet marketing. I said, okay, I do internet marketing. I come to the conference and it was the first time I ever spoke.
Okay.
I went on stage and I spoke. And it was special, just like right now.
Okay.
I just knew. As soon as I was done, everybody came up, I talked to them. I just knew. I knew I had something. And I didn't know before.
Okay.
So I was 32 years old.
32 at the time.
Also, I want to ask you one more. There's a lot of startup growing in Indonesia. What's your message for a lot of startup out of here? What should be done to connect and attract the right investor? How they could be collaborate and attract the right investor? Like your message too.
The best investor is the one that brings you value. And value comes in a lot of ways. One could be money, one could be mentorship. You have to know yourself. For example, I don't like having mentors. I like being quiet with myself and with the audience. So I don't want an investor who's going to be mentorship. I just want the money. Other people they're young and they want experience. So I think it's self-awareness. You got to figure out who you want money from. You notice I said, like on the Q&A, it doesn't have to be a VC. It could be a rich family. It could be a bank. It's about self-awareness. The best investor is the one that fits you. It's no different than who one wants to marry or date. You know, you have to find the right match for you.
How do you think the future, maybe the future of the technology, the future of startup, and the future of social media in the next decade?
I'm not sure. I don't really predict. I'm very good at moving fast when I see it, but I don't predict. I do think that there will eventually be an economic downturn. And when that happens, I think you're going to see the real entrepreneurs versus the not real entrepreneurs.
Let me go back in time.
Please.
At the time when you first create the vlog, Wine TV.
Yes.
At the time, how did you see the opportunity that you see this? Okay, this is YouTube. This is an opportunity, and I have to do something about it.
Yeah. So sitting this close to me when I was building Wine Library was a guy by the name of Eric Kastner.
Okay.
He was my developer. He was very into tech. And a year or two earlier, I asked him, I want to make a video and put it on our website about wine. Wasn't thinking much about it. Kind of thinking like television, like an infomercial, like, you know, selling on television. So we went through the process and he came back and he said, if everybody who visits our website watches it, it's going to cost us 100,000, some crazy number, I don't remember.
Okay.
A lot of money. I was like, oh shit, okay, let's not do it. That was it. One conversation, 5 minutes, 1 year earlier. Then one day at work, I'm working, and he taps, we sat close, we had a very, half the size of this. He goes, I go, yeah. He goes, go to this site. I'm like, okay. He goes, youtube.com. I hit enter. He read about it somewhere, because he read tech every day. And I looked at it, and he goes, I looked, I'm like, okay, it was, you know. And he goes, you know what this means? I go, no. I mean, I'm like, I see videos. He goes, we can now host these videos on our site, and you don't have to pay anything.
Okay.
I said, really? So then I started looking at it, and about 2 or 3 days later, I said, this is big. And a lot of people don't know this. The first thing I did was told my brother to start a vlog. My brother AJ started a vlog before I did, called Jets TV.
Jets TV.
Jets TV.
What about it?
I think he did 2 or 3 episodes in his college dorm room in Boston University. Really funny stuff. They're probably online, we probably find it.
The Jets were wrapping up their second practice of their two-a-days.
So I watched him do a couple, I was like, all right, I could do this better than him. So I said, what will I do it about? I said, wine. I sat and did it, and the rest was history.
At the time, you did the serious research and make a script or something like that? Because it's half hours, right?
Yeah. Look, I mean, you're interviewing me. You could say, I can talk.
Okay.
I can talk. And you know what? I said it up there on stage today. When you speak about what you know, you don't need to do research. If everybody here, if I asked you to now talk about your life for 30 minutes, your life, or what you did yesterday, it's not very hard. The biggest reason people struggle with content is they talk about things they don't know.
Okay.
They may know about something in theory, but they don't know the details, and so they have to do research for the details. I live in details and then speak about them.
You just did it, yeah. At the time, you don't even think that, this thing, I can monetize this.
No. I always know that if you do the right thing, long term there'll be opportunity. And I knew if I made a show on YouTube that people watched, that would be good, that we would sell wine, that things would happen. So I don't worry about monetization in the short term.
Okay.
And if you noticed, I talked about it a little bit on stage in a different way. People want money to buy things. It's their biggest problem. Then you have to worry about monetization. If you think about things long term and you don't spend a lot, I mean, I lived in a $2,000 a month, which is a lot of money, but not a lot of money in New Jersey and New York. Like, I lived in a very humble apartment when I was building Wine Library. I didn't need the money. I didn't need the money. I lived humbly. I didn't spend more than I had. And so I didn't have to worry about Wine Library TV making me money.
Okay, you said that when you start a Wine Library TV, you said that the process you have to be patient. How do you overcome the process that if sometimes there is a low situation, how will you overcome that?
Because you have no choice,
Okay.
right? It's, people always ask me like, but what if, I'm like, people lose their children. People lose their homes in a natural disaster. Earthquake happens and your house is gone.
Okay.
How do you deal with it? You have no choice. You have no choice. I'm just very practical. I'm unemotional about business. When I lose, I lose. When there's a step back, I step back. I have no choice.
So what's your message for all those entrepreneurs out there that overcome the low situation of their business? What's your message?
If they love what they're doing, the adversity is just part of the process. I'll be very honest with you. I said it recently in London. I like it. I like negative. I like it. I like adversity. Mainly because I don't fear it, and it's part of the equation. And more importantly, there's nothing that happens in business that is even remotely close to the health of my family, right? So I have perspective. Money is not something I'm willing to cry over.
During your presentation, you said that Indonesia is the best.
It's a wonderful place.
Yeah, best place to create content.
It's one of the best places because it's a big country.
Okay.
Now there's a lot of dialects, but it's a big country. It's a lot of people. It's very advanced. It's very young. The platforms are, I know the platforms very well here. So when I look to run ads here, they're cheaper than they are in Europe or America. So it's just a big opportunity. I mean, it's not super complicated. A lot of people, a lot of attention. Not enough people are spending money on it. So there's an opportunity. Supply and demand.
Okay, nice.
So beside the Indonesia potential, we know that Indonesia education level are still low, and for someone who grew up with not having a lot of money or privilege of school, what's your suggestion for them to success in the future for our millennials and Gen Z?
If you can get enough money to get a smartphone, then you can do anything you want.
One more question from Compass.com.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, actually, it's been asked so many times. It's just, can you please give some strong words to millennials, especially in Indonesia, in terms of starting up the entrepreneurship
Yep.
for them?
The biggest key is, my friends, is one, not worrying about other people's opinions, because if you worry about other people's opinions, you're going to quit. Number two, the biggest mistake millennials, not only in Indonesia, but in the world make, is they're just not patient. It takes 10 years, 15 years to build something meaningful for 99% of people. Everybody, because you live in a world where you have instant gratification, people got confused and think for the same way that they can watch any show they want or pull up anything they want on the phone or Google search something, that they can build $1 million business that fast too. So patience and really focusing on your internal skills. And then most of all, just understanding that the level of hard work that it takes to actually build something meaningful is enormous. It's just hard. It's hard. It's hard, and it's going to take a very long time. Do you still want to do it?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can we have a wave now?
Yep.
Everyone, thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It's pretty. Oh my God, it's pretty touching.
Thank you.